Hey, this is Sam with the BYU Software Training Lab, and in this video we're going to be talking about layers in Procreate. Layers in Procreate work pretty much the same as they work in Photoshop or Illustrator or other programs like that. The main advantage of digital art is actually layers. It's called non-destructive editing. If I want to change something underneath this, the number of layers you can add is limited by the RAM that your iPad has, like the computing power. We access the layers by tapping these little squares at the top. Every canvas in Procreate has a background color. With this background color, you can change how you want the background to look. That becomes the base color for the entire project. You can make a new layer by pressing this plus button in the top right. Layers can be moved around by tapping and holding. If you swipe to the left, you can see the lock, duplicate, and delete options. If you swipe to the right on other layers, you can select multiple layers. You can group these layers into one group. This is helpful when you have a ton of layers. To get layers out of the group, you just select and move them out. Swiping to the left reveals the same options for a group as it does for a layer. Tapping on a layer opens up a whole new set of options. You can rename a layer. That can be very helpful when you have a lot of layers and you need to remember what they're for. You can select copy layers, fill layers. That just fills the layer with whatever colors you have at that moment. Undo that. I tap on it again. Clear just clears everything in the layer. I'll draw some more things for a demonstration. We'll talk about a lot of these later. I like invert. I think invert is fun. Invert just inverts the colors. So you invert the colors, draw some more colors, invert those colors. I think it's a lot of fun. One other important aspect of layers is blending modes. To access the blending modes, you press this little N right here. That stands for normal. There are a bunch of different ways to blend these layers. And that's layers in Procreate. This also gives you access to the opacity bar. Finally, this little check mark in the corner toggles visibility. So if you don't want to see a layer, just tap that button. And that's layers in Procreate. In the next video, we're going to talk about colors.